this is Vivica Williams, and you're watching Head to Head. Banners reading "Free Oleg Sentsov" continue to appear in events across Ukraine and around the world as activists strive to raise awareness about the fate of the Kremlin's prisoners. In the meanwhile, Oleg Sentsov, sentenced in Russia for 20 years as a result of a sham trial, continues his hunger strike in a prison in Siberia. His demand remains unchanged. He wants all Ukrainian political prisoners held by the Kremlin released. To talk more about the efforts to save Oleh Sentsov and other political prisoners, we're joined in the studio today by activist and volunteer Kateryna Butko. Hello, and thank you for joining us. So tell us, how are you involved in this movement to save Sentsov?
Oleg Sentsov is my dear friend. He's my friend from Maidan because we all together was in organization that called After Maidan that created in Maidan time, and now he is still our member of this organization, and we trying to do everything that we can do to release him.
And so Maidan, as I remember, was very active in moving people around Maidan and trying to go to different places to help root out corruption, to help people get around Maidan. And how has the organization changed? You're saying it's still active. And how has it changed since then?
We are still active. We are still doing some demonstration near political houses and judges' houses. But now we are focused in anti-corruption because we think that the corruption is the main problem of Ukraine, and we should fight for them.
And the focus also is on Sentsov and helping to save one of your members as well. Right?
Of course, he is one of our members, and we understand that he do such a strange thing. He has a hunger strike, and he demands to release all the prisoners, and we want to help him with this reason and, of course, release him.
And what is your organization doing, or what are you doing to help towards this goal?
We, with several activists, made a global initiative that called Save Oleg Sentsov, and during this time we do all-around public demonstration all around the world. The first one was the 1st and 2nd of June, and it was in this date, and more than 80 cities all around the world.
And this was the hashtag Save Oleg Sentsov.
Yes.
The global campaign that went on for those 2 days. And as we've seen, this is all around the world, as you said. Where have you seen some of the most surprising support for him and for this campaign?
I think everywhere, because it's really good that so many people want to do something, and they understand that they can do something, because many people say that I cannot change anything and don't believe in this. But many people in small towns and small villages said that they want to coordinate the global actions and do it in their cities. And it was very surprised, because more than 80 cities, we are not even think that it will be so many. And those days, next week, on the 13 and 16, we do another public demonstration, also all around the world since this date, because they are quite symbolic for us and quite important, because on 13 it's Oleg Sentsov's birthday, 14 of the June is 2 months of his hunger strike. On 15, it's the final of the World Cup that now in Moscow, and in 16 there will be meeting Putin and Mr. Trump in Helsinki, and we really want to do such a global campaign and to say Mr. Trump to talking about the Ukrainian prisons.
Oh, wow. And how are you coordinating this around the world?
We're currently by the internet, by the Facebook. All people who want to do the action in their cities and their villages could write to our email address, saveolegsentsov@gmail.com, and we have some scenarios that we send to them, and they do these actions.
Oh, so for example, tell us about some of these that you've seen. What are some of the requests you've gotten around the world that really surprised you from what countries or cities?
For example, the global action was in Qatar, and we are not expect that in such countries there are people who want to talking about Ukrainian prisons and Oleg Sentsov and other people. And the very interesting was the action near Quebec, Canada. It was when there will be summit of G7, and the activist was there for 2 days. They stay. There were only not very many activists, but really they came there, and it was their first public demonstration that they do, and it was really very good.
Oh wow, this is really good.
Yes.
And what are some of the scenarios that you encourage people to use?
For example, in these days, for our next action, we will talk not only about Oleg Sentsov and not only about the prisons that now in the Crimea and Russia Federation. We are decided to also to talking about the people who now in Donbas prison, because at least 100 person now there, and we will name all the people that we know and have information about this. We will have like big banner where we write in all the name of the people that now in the prison, and they should be free.
Oh wow! And so so this is planned for the entire 4 days?
It will be different action. For example, on the 13th, on the Sentsov birthday, we will ask all the people to write a letter to Oleg to say him
to wish him happy birthday,
to wish him happy birthday, and to say him to be straight and to be healthy. And on the 16th of July, it will be only one demonstration in Helsinki, near the place where Trump and Putin will be meet.
Okay.
So, and the 14th and 15th, it will be all around the world, because every coordinator change and decide in what time and what days they will do action. For example, in Kiev it will be on 15th, on this Sunday, and 12 o'clock, and Maidan Незалежності.
Okay, so people here in Kiev can know that they can go and participate, and they don't need to bring anything with them. They can bring signs, maybe.
Yes,
but just their presence will say a lot. 12 o'clock on.
Yes, first.
And how can people get involved around the world?
I think they're involved by the internet media, and they are, for example, in Lithuania, they do demonstration, and the Riga every week they do demonstration every weekends, some public action, and all people that come near this place, they're asking what they're doing, and our members of the initiative talking about the situation with the prisons, with Oleg Sentsov, and I hope because of this action, because of this public action, more and more people every day and every this demonstration understand the problem of the Ukrainian prisons, because already not all people know that this situation.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Kateryna, for being with us today and giving this insight and look into what the Save Oleg Sentsov campaign is doing and how it's working around the world. And we hope that soon it won't be necessary. We hope to see Oleg Sentsov come home.
I hope to. And all other prisoners.
As well, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that was Kateryna Butko, an activist and volunteer with the Save Oleg Sentsov. Thank you for watching and stay tuned to UATV.